The game is currently down. We have access to patch notes, and we've been digging through Reddit. And before we get into the patch notes, a lot of interesting things there. RTA irony. I hope I'm not the only one out there that finds irony in Scopelix banning tech support from their own game. I laughed so hard when I read that. Big shout out to Boldface Disgusting. But we've got patch notes. There's some stuff in here we knew about, but a lot of stuff we did not know about, which is kind of interesting. So we're getting Deathpool, Daughter of Deathpool, and the Cosmic Entity Death. Deathpool's Marvel Strike Force contribution, Deathpool's year-long 30th anniversary celebration. And for me, I really like the lore and the story, or the new lore of Deathpool compared to Kestrel. In fact, someone was pointing out, or actually I was pointing out, we have not had any villains in the game. And what the easy way to fix that is just to change Kestrel to a villain, or give her dual tag, hero villain. Why not? It's easy to change text. We're going to talk about that, because that seems like a lot of things that are happening here in this patch is they just change the text instead of actually fixing it. Over the course of this release, enhance your roster with 4 new playable characters: Deathpool, Cloak, Dagger, and Shang-Chi. I would like to say enhance your roster with 4 new unplayable characters: Miasma Pool and Miasma Cloak. My goodness, having them with these 2 characters right here with Miasma is very frustrating. A lot of people are upset about that. I have like 30, so I wonder how much that negatively impacts sales. People are like, hey, Deathpool is coming out on Friday as an event campaign character. Why buy her today? I don't have enough G13s. And I hope that so on Friday, there's going to be an event campaign, and over the top of it, there's going to be some sort of milestone event. And we're all hopefully thinking that hopefully there'll be miasmas in some of there, maybe like 10 or something in there at least. That'd be kind of nice if they did that. Dagger and Shang-Chi, new costumes: Shang-Chi Battle Armor, Doctor Strange What If, Invisible Woman Ultimate, Carnage Absolute, which is right here, right? And then we've got Taskmaster Red Room. So that's the one with the orange shield. That's more of like a Y shape. The one from the movie. Emma Frost, Dawn of X. That was accidentally in the game earlier. Kind of had like a Karen hairdo. Then assemble a top squad with limited time. Devoted trait for the Deathpool event campaign, Shadow of Deathpool. That's supposed to be starting on Friday. New advanced setting, auto basic. This is kind of a big deal. Save special ultimate abilities for later use by auto playing using for a character's basic ability during combat. To activate, go to settings, advanced, auto basic combat. A new button will appear in combat to toggle when you tap the auto button. This is going to be great for raids, and it's a big deal. This is a feature that was in Galaxy of Heroes. It's great. Updates to Mojo Mayhem. Removed ability, daily and weekly objectives. So this is already in game. This started on Friday with RTA. Very controversial. I personally think it's slightly better. I still am not a fan of the game mode, but it's okay. Isotope 8 campaign nodes now reward Commander XP. And that is because there's going to be a level cap increase to 85, which is coming up right here. Updated Ultra Sword badging. Now when you have Ultima 7 at 7 stars, the red badge number on the Ultra tab won't include the number of Ultimus orbs available. Upgrading to tiers 11 and 12 will no longer trigger alerts. And Alliance chat, cool. I have Alliance chat turned off. Now this one here, I don't understand what it means, because I know there was an issue with like those purple orbs that give purple gear, where you can select between like mutant and bio and things like that. You can only open one at a time. It was kind of annoying. It says open multiple orbs at once is now default action for select orbs. So I'm going to have to see how that plays out once it is in game. Updated roster sort. You now can sort by a character level, ascending and descending on the roster screen. Okay, fine. I think that's a long time coming. New save squads for War, Arena, Raids, and Blitz. Yay. With 40 available squads for a total of 160. And then right here, max commander level increased to 85. So max commander level increased to 85. So campaign energy, ISO 8 energy will help you increase your level. And when you go up from 80 to 81, then you can start taking your characters up. And we're guessing, but we're wondering if how much it's going to cost to take a character from level 80 to 85. Probably 500,000 per level on average. Probably 2.5 million is my best guess. Bug fixes, and actually I want to say bugs and text fixes. We'll get to that. Electra's level 5 passive ability, Death Grace, was not applying evade to herself on spawn. Okay, that's cool. Maria Hill's basic ability, close range support, was causing animation issues during battle. This is a visual correction as the attack was working correctly. Moondragon was disappearing from battle, and so was Adam Warlock. I hope that affects him as well. After eliminating an enemy with a counterattack. I hope it's the same issue. When notched, mobile devices auto-rotate mode was active and portrait screen orientation advanced option was enabled. Visual issues would occur after choosing a team. All right, they're fixing that. While wearing the Siege costume, Thor was visually stretching across the stream of being eliminated from battle. Okay, now I take issue with this next sentence, and we're going to read the way it's worded here, and then I'm going to toggle over to something where I inspect the element and change the HTML file to reflect the way I feel like it should have been written. Text fix. Phyla-Vel's passive ability, avatar ability, now correctly, take issue with that word, states she grants drain to all allies who possess death proof. The combat behavior was always wrong, and it was easier for us to change the text. Now, that's not what it says. It says the combat behavior has always been correct and remains unchanged. So this was something that I believe Philosopher made a video about it where, and there's a couple opportunities where this works, like in the Gamma Raid with Phyla, and like, let's say you revive a character with Minerva, then they will have death proof, and then they can drain. I think more commonly people were trying to use Phyla with Cole, and because Cole gets death proof quite a bit, and he was getting drain. I haven't been able to do that, but for me, I went and changed the text, and what do you think right here? So it says now correctly states, and then it says the combat bear was always been correct, and I changed it like this: text fix. Phyla-Vel's passive ability, avatar ability now states she grants drain to all allies who possess death proof. The combat behavior remains unchanged. That seems more accurate. I don't think it was correct. I don't think it was ever correct. I don't think it was ever working correct. I think they just figured it out, and it was easier for them to change the text, which is going to happen 2 more times in this video. We're going to get there. The red badge was appearing in the challenge icon for Origin challenges when there was no Origin challenges available for play. The Elite Store and ISO 8 Store swap positions in the Store tab were fine. Test fix. Here we go. Text fix. The level 5 description for Iron Fist special ability, Inner Peace, incorrect. See, it even says right here, incorrectly stated he healed the most injured city hero for 30% and the character's max health when it should be 10%. So instead of changing it back to the way that it states, they just changed the text. The combat behavior was always wrong, and we just corrected the text. That's what it should say. The combat behavior has always been correct and remains unchanged. And I believe it should have been worded like this. Test fix, level 5 description for Iron Fist special ability, Inner Peace, incorrectly stated that healed the most injured city hero for 30% of this character's max health when it should be 10%. The combat behavior has always been this way and remains unchanged. Okay. And then they did it. They preemptively did that with Deathpool also. Post by Cerebro. Basically, the way that the text read in like my Envoy video and the tools that they gave us is that it said like, and then also in the Strike Time video, it says on spawn, fill speed bar for basically like for 10% plus 5% for each Mystic ally. Now, the way that it actually works is that it does it for all Mystic allies. So I pointed this out in my video today. I pointed this out in the video. I was like, oh, right here, I could see that, because I was trying to guess what Deathpool's speed was, because she was going slower than Silver Surfer, and I was like, well, she gets all this bonus turn meter at spawn, so is her speed like 85? And then I realized that she was giving speed to the entire team. So is the game wrong and the text just wrong, and they changed the text? I think they just can't be bothered to fix the mechanics in game, and so it's easier for them to change the text 3 times in this post, in this information, twice in this post, and then right here. Now the good news is this: 2 of them are actually in the favor of the players. Like this one's in the favor of the players, the Phyla one's in the favor of the players, but the Iron Fist one isn't. But there's some buffs to Iron Fist. Let's get to that. There was actually some buffs that we didn't know about at all. Okay, then right here, this is a big deal right here. They mentioned this quite a bit in the blog post. Crafting gear per piece was costing more gold than crafting gear all at once. And then they said they're going to be a 10 million login calendar to account for that. But that 10 million is going to get gobbled up by going from level 80 to 85 in no time at all. And I mean, that probably is just one team worth of gold in taking going from 80 to 85 for sure. All right. Character updates. Okay, so power calculation updates. The following characters' powers was not correctly calculating stat gains from their passive abilities. This is just a visual change. So basically, probably these 4 characters, Heimdall, Hela, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, their power levels are going to be going down, but nothing is actually changing other than the power levels. Now, this happened last patch with 2 characters, Doom and Silver Surfer, similar issues. Their power levels went down slightly, and this was the reason is that they weren't, the calculation was accounting for their passives. Like it was giving them stats because of their passives. And when they turn that calculation off, it lowers their total power. Fine. Iron Fist. So we talked about his passive, having a small nerf, or if you will, or they're changing the text a way that actually works in game. But they're also going to change the team quite a bit. And I'm wondering how this is going to interact with Infinity Watch. I'm certain that there's not going to be any non-Adam Warlock team that is going to be able to beat Heroes for Hire. And I'm hoping that Heroes for Hire will... I'm hoping that Infinity Watch will still be able to count with Adam Warlock. We'll be able to counter Heroes for Hire, but I'm going to imagine it's going to require a very specific turn order and doing it correctly. And unfortunately, there won't be a way of testing it because the defensive boosts and bonuses are only in place in War for Heroes for Hire. So they're not going to have a way of testing this. So the way that Iron Fist was, attack target for 250% damage, chain 2 adjacent targets for 130% damage. You're boosting his damage to 170 and 150% damage. And then his super duper special, which used to get dodged and we always laughed, this attack cannot be blocked, but if Shang-Chi's an ally, cannot be dodged. Luke Cage, and this is pretty significant right here, he used to give 5% armor and 10% max health per for defender and Heroes for Hire ally. Boy, this is getting drastically boosted. Double the amount of armor boost, and then 25% max health per Heroes for Hire or defender ally. This is huge, right? It kind of makes me wonder if he's going to be like Strife annoying. Big tank. And then he's going to get a new taunt mechanic. On War Defense, if this character starts with 4 more Heroes for Hire allies, whenever a Hero Hire ally drops below 60% health gain taunt. Boy, I just don't see a non-Infinity Watch team doing anything. Like and Shang-Chi is going to change that team quite a bit because they're going to get extra charges on Colleen and Misty. And then this, oh my God. I don't think that the legendary soup or whatever you want to call it, but like those teams, those hybrid teams involving like Silver Surfer and Kestrel, I don't think they're going to work. I don't think they're going to work against Heroes for Hire, and it's going to be Infinity Watch. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know. Deadpool's getting a slight boost. Basically, all this text, but basically the main thing that's changing is that 5% chance to revive at 10% health if Domino or Deathpool is an ally. 100% chance to revive at 80%. So this wasn't here before with Deathpool. I don't think we're going to get any use for this right here. So we'll have to see if that makes a difference, but it's a nice change. What do you think? Are you excited about this patch? I'm pretty hyped about this team overall. I'm hyped about her. I'm going to be opening red stars galore. And all the rest of the stuff seems overall pretty good. I'm just kind of annoyed with the wording in there. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.